Shalom.
So,
First and foremost, we'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh
Ba'ashem,
Bashim
Yahushai,
Yahushai
Ba'ashem,
Bashim Chakodash.
Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Yakim pushing his word with truth and sincerity with charity. For the brothers from Great Millstone, Chicago, coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying. And, I just want to start off with the book of Matthew 24 and 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So all these things before the Lord comes back, all right, because it says in the scriptures, "I am come to send fire in the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?" Before the Lord returns, there's already going to be chaos in the streets, you know. It says, "If they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry?" So a lot of hell is about to come, worldwide, not just here in America, but it's gonna go on globally.
Mm-hmm.
It said, it said, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And we already see that going on today. And you see the division that is on these people. Especially now more than ever. People don't even want to help out one another, talk to each other. All right, get that basic actual physical contact. They want to avoid all of that, but now, hey, it's just gonna get worse because the scriptures talk about uh the hearts shall wax cold. Hey, so a lot of people, the people that might be showing a little kindness now, and when all hell breaks loose, they're not gonna show that at all.
Right, because when you read the scriptures, it says they want that wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of their times. And what wisdom and knowledge is that? It's the scriptures. It's not any wisdom, any knowledge. It's the scriptures. This is the only thing that's gonna keep us stable. Anybody stable, you know. And if you don't have it, there's no other type of stability out there. You're gonna be lost. You're gonna, whatever standards, like the brother was saying, kindness or whatever, however you want to put it, you have left is gonna be gone, man. You're gonna people that were best friends are gonna be the main ones turning on each other
Mm-hmm.
because they know what they have in their house and how they are and if they have guns or weapons, you know. So this is the time that we're approaching, man. And just because it's not happening all at once, doesn't mean that that's not it. Some certain things take time to fulfill. And when you consider the Lord's judgment, the Lord always judges starts with little and little and little and little until He starts sending that those full on wrathful judgments. Right now He started on small, and then because America's not gonna repent, He's only gonna do it worse. Just like with Egypt, He started with this plague, then that plague, and that plague, and then boom, until the plagues just kept getting worse. This is what's gonna happen to this place. If anything, way worse because this kingdom is the most wicked kingdom out of all the kingdoms ever been established upon earth. You know, but was that it on that?
Just one more verse. Verse 8. It says, "All these are the beginning of sorrow." So, whatever thing you might be thinking that a lot of people like to say, especially during the year 2020. He said 2021 can't get no worse, but hey, each time is only gonna get worse, man. All right, whatever you could imagine, whatever thought you have of Jacob's trouble being, all right, is gonna be a combination of all plagues done on the earth, and it is gonna far exceed in that day. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of judgment going on. It said that the blood shall be in the streets like to the top of a horse's bridle. There's gonna be a lot of death, man.
Incontinency, which is lack of self control, wickedness. You know, all these things are going to be upon the earth before the Lord's return. So that's how we know that this is the time that all these things are going to happen. You know, but I got one other things that are going to happen that the Lord said were going to happen before His return. Upon His return. Joel 2:28, it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh." And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And we've seen that even people that aren't necessarily in the truth are having certain visions, whether they understand it or not. Talking about, damn, I seen, God coming from heaven saying it's time, or, literally, I seen some everything in chaos. I don't know what to think of it. Now they might not understand it, but we do. We know at the end of the day, we know that those are visions, and those are happening more and more. Why? Because that's something that the Lord said He was gonna do before His return, along with the tornadoes, the earthquakes, the strange weather events, the uprisings, the fire, the wildfires, all that. It says, verse 30, and I will show wonders in heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And a fire has been heavy around the whole earth. For example, right here you had what LA burned down. You had a lot of wildfires break out. Then you also had wildfires in Greece and Israel. In areas that at the same time and at rates that you would never hear before. So this is what's going on. These are prophecies being manifest right before our eyes. Then wonders in heaven, strange what we see in the sky, like how, strange whether it could be so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, or just some other stuff.
The moon.
But we're seeing that. It says the sun also shall turn into darkness, which that would be what, an eclipse, right? And the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh will come. And that's also one thing that's been happening heavily. Eclipse, red, moon turning into blood, which would be the blood moons, the red moons. That we've been having red moons heavily in the last 3 years, where it's back to back. Prior to that, we didn't have them like that. We'll have one once in a while. Oh, it's a red moon. Then they'll talk about it. Then we wouldn't talk about it for a fucking couple more years later. This is literally, back to back, like fucking 5 red moons in a whole year, And then the eclipses too,
Mm-hmm.
So all this is what before the great and terrible day of Yahweh will come, And all of this is happening before at the same time, Salakia, which is a telltale sign that things are only gonna get worse, because they're only gonna get worse until the Lord comes back. Once the Lord comes back, that's when He's gonna do the ultimate fuck up and fuck everything up, and then from there everything's gonna be reestablished. Everything's gonna go back to the way it should be. But as of right now, all these things that me and the brother read, and other priests we're gonna touch on, these things are only gonna amplify. They're only gonna get worse. People are gonna get more visions. We're gonna start seeing more blood moons, more eclipses, more uproars, more fires, more, wickedness. More deaths, more, judgment. Because this is the time, and the Lord, if when He closes down His doors of mercy, that's exactly all He's gonna have left to do, to judge. There's not gonna be no more pleading and trying to seek mercy then,
It's the book of Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And the Lord speaks by the mouth of His prophets. All right, the Lord has sent out His prophets to give that warning, to blow that trumpet onto the people, giving them that warning so they could take heed and repent for the danger that's coming. Really, the Israelites, man, telling, Israelites are the prophets of the Lord are Israelites, and they're telling their own people, all right, from their own nation, to wake up, because only they can repent. Heathens, they have no part in this, so they're doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we're calling out for our people, man, for them to repent. If not, they're gonna get caught up with the judgment, that's coming to this place.
Hey, and if I'm gonna say this, yeah, nobody likes being told that their house is gonna be burnt down, broken into, you're gonna lose, what you have and all that. But just because you don't like it doesn't mean that's an excuse for you to ignore the truth. The truth is the truth, and we're really telling you what's about to happen. We're not here to try to scare you or persuade you or take your money or any of that. We're telling you that, look, this is about to happen, so get right so you won't get judged. You know? Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you know that you might have to do that, but hey, the truth is the truth. So it's, like the old saying goes, it's better to be safe than sorry. Here if a lot of you, and to be honest, a lot of you people are gonna be sorry in that day. Because to like our people, which are the real Israelites that the Bible speak of, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds that might look like the other nations, but your spirit resonates back to the scriptures. Hey, a lot of you are gonna feel sorry, because a lot of you are not gonna listen because a lot of you don't believe, you know, and in that day, because you didn't like what you hear and you went off emotions and not a fact, you're gonna feel ashamed and you're gonna get destroyed. While the ones that told you and were being honest and serious and try to warn you are gonna be delivered and be rejoicing.
This is the book of Second Esdras 9:1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And how you stay on. It's important to stay on watch. It says, what does it say in the book of Romans? It's high time to wake up out our sleep because our salvation is nearer than what we believe. And the Lord tells you what to look out for. The Lord said that this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. That's why it's important to stay occupied in prophecy, so you're not caught off guard. You know, is a time to be circumspect. It tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes there's a time and season for everything. A time of peace and a time of war. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the highest spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And also, the Lord spoke about all these things coming to pass, and also you can't act surprised when it actually happens. It even tells you in the book of Amos 3:6 that shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord had not done it.
Yeah. So all this is from the Lord, man. The Lord isn't what you people were brought up to believe that He was. Hey, He creates evil, He creates good, and as His mercy is, so is His wrath. And right now, because these people, a lot of you people have been living in wickedness and are not turning back. He's out here sending His wrath. And he's showing some mercy to a select few. But once that select few is sealed, everybody else is fucked. So if this moves you in your spirit, hey, get right with the Lord. So it may be that He might show you mercy, like the scriptures say. It's not guaranteed, because even us, it's not guaranteed we're going to be saved, but it's a higher chance that we are doing this work instead of not doing anything at all.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say that we're talking about the same power that killed, saved 8 souls and killed off the rest. You people forget about the stories. That's why the scriptures talk about the things written in the foretime, written for our learning. So because the Lord judged the whole world, He just saved eight people, and killed off the rest for all the wickedness that was going on in the earth.
Yeah, exactly. The same spirit that was going on back then is going on now. It says that He's seen that they were going after the imagination of their heart, and there was nothing but evil and violence in the earth. And now it's even worse than back then. you know. So this, the Lord is like the scriptures say, the Lord changes not. He got mad at the bullshit people were doing back then and destroyed everybody except 8. He's gonna do the same. He's gonna get mad at this, but especially more at this bullshit because they're going even harder, and destroy them and save only the elect, a small remnant.
John. But hey, that's really what we want to get into. A judgment's about to get set in place. The Lord's coming back, and the Lord's coming back with wrath. It's important. It's important now to repent, because in that day you don't want to see the Lord as an enemy. Because he's gonna set out judgment to everybody. All right, it says that he's gonna come back to reward every man according to their works, whether it was good or bad.
Mm-hmm. Can I get straight quick?
Mm-hmm.
This is Matthew 4:17. It says, from that time, Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that also means that destruction is coming, because the kingdom of heaven coming, destruction has to come first. So it's synonymous. When you talk about the kingdom of heaven, you have to talk about the destruction that's coming along with it. So in other words, what Yahushua was saying, which you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he was saying, like, look, get right before you get destroyed, and before you don't make it into the kingdom of heaven. So that's what we have to do. Why do you think John, I believe it was John the Baptist, when he was telling people to repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, or was it Yahushua? But one of them was saying it, and the wicked scribes and Pharisees came and he looked at them and said, who told you to escape the wrath to come? So when he was talking about the kingdom of heaven coming to and for people to repent, he was also implying that for them to get away from the destruction that's coming. So again, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
John. But with that, we hope this was an edifying lesson. We're going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Yakim, pushing his word with truth and sincerity with charity. With that, Shalom and Abba Ball.